What's driving markets? Welcome to Market Take. Each week, we'll bring you our insights on the latest market and economic trends that are impacting investments. I'm your host, Ben Powell, Chief Investment Strategist for Asia Pacific at BlackRock. This week, we're taking a look at Japanese equities. "12-month returns for the MSCI Japan are near 17% in US dollar terms. We don't see the recent slump in the yen to 34-year lows against the dollar derailing this momentum. Japan's growth outlook remains rosy and corporate reforms are taking hold. An apparent intervention may slow the slide in the yen, but ultimately its weakness is due to divergent Bank of Japan and Fed policy rates, in our view. The yen started depreciating in 2022 as the Fed kicked off its rapid hiking cycle. Its fall accelerated in April as the Bank of Japan asserted it would not rush to unwind its loose policy while markets pared back their pricing of Fed rate cuts for this year, given sticky US inflation. We believe the yen could recover once the Fed cuts later this year. And the BOJ is likely to hike rates again as it cautiously normalizes its emergency policy of negative interest rates. That should ease pressure on the yen. That said, should the yen weaken significantly between now and then, it could stoke inflation as the cost of imported food and energy rises. The BOJ could respond by tightening policy more rapidly, but that would risk threatening an improving growth outlook and the return of long-lost inflation. We think a more likely response would be government subsidies on food and energy. A weak yen affects Japanese companies and sectors differently. Manufacturers that face higher input costs may suffer. Yet, Japanese goods becoming cheaper for overseas buyers will benefit Japan's exports. A stronger consumer could support some sectors on the back of wage gains. Here's our market take. We see diverging monetary policy driving the slide in the yen, but we don't see it persisting. We stay overweight Japanese stocks given ongoing corporate reforms and eye opportunities created by structural shifts. For details, read our weekly market commentary. Go to www.blackrock.com/weekly-commentary. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Market Take wherever you get your podcasts.
This material is intended for informational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice, a recommendation, or an offer or solicitation to purchase or sell any securities, funds, or strategies to any person in any jurisdiction in which an offer, solicitation, purchase, or sale would be unlawful under the securities laws of such jurisdiction. The opinions expressed are as of the date of publication and are subject to change without notice. Reliance upon information in this material is at the sole discretion of the listener. Investing involves risks. BlackRock does and may seek to do business with companies covered in this podcast. As a result, listeners should be aware that the firm may have a conflict of interest that could affect the objectivity of this podcast. For more information, visit blackrock.com